Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Tom Katuku.
Today is mostly cloudy. There is a 30% chance of rain later in the evening. And here is your complete 5-day weather forecast. Today the temperature will continue to drop. Expect a high of 6 degrees and a low of 3 degrees. Tomorrow a mix of sun and cloud is in the forecast. Temperatures will rise to about 10 degrees and later drop to -1 in the night. On Saturday it will be mostly cloudy with a 40% chance of rain, and temperatures will hit a high of 9 and a low of 4. It will be mostly cloudy on Sunday. Expect a high of 9 degrees and a low of 2 degrees. Now, if you intend to trick or treat on Halloween Monday, make sure you wear a raincoat and carry an umbrella. Showers are expected. Temperatures will range between 8 and 4 degrees. Tuesday looks seasonable with a mix of sun and cloud and a double-digit high of 11 degrees and a low of 4 degrees. And that's it for weather. Now back to Matt and Sarah in the studio.
Thanks, Tom. The Conservative government is offering additional seats in the House of Commons to the more populated provinces. The redistribution will give more seats to the 3 fastest-growing provinces, Ontario, Alberta, and British Columbia. Quebec will also gain seats. Ontario will be gaining 15 more seats in the House of Commons. Alberta and British Columbia will both gain 6, and Quebec 3. Prime Minister Stephen Harper says the government will not take away seats from small provinces and will continue to protect the representation of Quebec in Parliament.
Turkish citizens are on edge after another earthquake struck this morning. The quake happened in the Hakkari province, 90 miles from the epicenter of Sunday's devastating quake. People were injured while trying to escape buildings, but no damage has been reported. It has been 4 days since the earthquake that killed over 500 people struck. Search and rescue efforts continue.
Residents of Bangkok are fleeing after the city's worst flood has killed more than 300 people. Thailand's Prime Minister says the crisis has reached a critical point. The Prime Minister declared a 5-day holiday so people could leave the city. Meanwhile, authorities in Italy say 5 people are dead and 8 have been reported missing after rainstorms led to flooding and mudslides in north and central Italy. The army is on standby to help with rescue efforts.
India has a real-life slumdog millionaire. Sushil Kumar is the first person to win the grand prize of $1 million on India's version of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Before winning the game show, Kumar made $120 a month and could not afford a television. He plans on investing the money into his career, his family, and his community.
And now with your sports news, here's Kathleen Finley.
Thanks, guys. The Humber Hawks heated things up last night at the North Campus. The men's basketball team took on Seneca in their final exhibition game of the season last night. The Hawks dominated the Sting with a final score of 89-53. Let's hope this is a preview of things to come. The boys kick off their regular season on November 1st. But it was a devastating loss for the women's basketball team. They also hosted Seneca College last night. The girls' unrelenting offense was determined to make a comeback, but the Sting overpowered them by a mere 2 points in overtime. The final score was 58-56. The women's rugby team is looking to remain undefeated tonight when they also play Seneca in their last game before the playoffs. The team is dominating the league and is ranked number 1 in the OCAA. They play at Humber today at 4:30. And in the NHL, the Habs are breathing a sigh of relief this morning after their 5-1 clobbering of the Philadelphia Flyers. The win ended the worst start to a season for the team in 70 years. The Canadiens suffered 6 straight losses, and they look to keep the winning streak up tonight against the Bruins. Calgary pulled out a nice 4-2 win against Colorado last night, pulling the plug on the Avalanche's perfect start on the road. And the Canucks were shut out by the St. Louis Blues. This is the 3rd time Vancouver has been shut out in 10 games. Tonight's a busy one for hockey fans. The Leafs have a big game with 2 key additions expected to be added to the lineup. James Reimer is reportedly back in net after his head injury last Saturday. Plus, center Tim Connolly will most likely start. He'll look to complement the chemistry that has developed between Kessel and Lupul. The Jets, Senators, and Oilers will also be hitting the ice tonight. Canadians have taken home 2 more gold medals at the Pan Am Games. Philippe Baudry defended his title in individual fencing, and the women's 500-meter paddling team also scored the top medal. Rainy conditions are to blame for the delay in the World Series. It is still uncertain if Game 6 is a go tonight after being rained out yesterday. The Texas Rangers are hoping to bring home the championship tonight and end the 3-2 series against the St. Louis Cardinals. That's all for sports. Now back to the desk.
Thanks, Kathleen. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Nicole Bogart.
Bollywood's biggest stars graced the streets of Toronto last night, and Robert Pattinson gives back through Twilight. All this and more coming up on your entertainment update.